Imagine pushing the gas pedal and feeling like your engine is trying to exhale through a tiny plastic straw, accompanied by a glowing red-hot exhaust pipe under your car. That nightmare scenario is exactly what can happen when your engine computer throws a code P04A5, indicating that your exhaust pressure control valve B is stuck completely closed. For those of you building high-performance or diesel projects here on MonTotal, you know that managing exhaust flow is critical. Automakers use an electronic valve in the exhaust pipe, very similar to your intake throttle body, to intentionally create back pressure. In freezing cold climates, the engine computer snaps this valve shut right after you start the car to trap hot exhaust gases, which forces the engine and coolant to warm up drastically faster. Once the engine hits its operating temperature, that valve is supposed to spring wide open and stay out of the way. But if it gets stuck closed, all those exiting exhaust gases get backed up, choking the engine, destroying your performance, and generating a terrifying amount of heat that can literally melt your catalytic converter or transmission lines. If you pull this code, you have to stop driving the car hard immediately. The diagnosis requires a bit of detective work. Grab your digital volt-ohm meter and an infrared laser thermometer. First, clear the codes and see if it comes right back. If the valve is physically jammed shut with thick carbon buildup, no amount of electrical testing will fix it. You can point your infrared thermometer directly at the exhaust pipes before and after the valve housing. If you see a massive temperature drop across the valve, it is definitely a restriction. Next, unplug the valve and check the electrical connector. You need to make sure the computer is actually sending the right voltage and ground signals. If the wiring is sending the correct signals but the valve refuses to move, or the internal position sensor is giving out dead readings, you are going to have to unbolt that rusty, heat-cycled valve assembly and bolt in a new one. It is a tough, dirty job, but it is the only way to let your engine breathe freely again.